So I'm going to tell you a story. This is something that happened to me in California when I very first moved to San Francisco. Oh no, I'm sorry, San Diego. I was living with a few friends at the time. And I think this was around the fall of 83, probably like November. I noticed some plants growing in the garden. And they were different colored peppers. They were beautiful. They were really, really bright. Red, green, yellow, they were all different colors. So I thought it would be a good idea to get them all together and freeze them. And when it was cold, then I could make a chili with them. So I went ahead with my plan. I picked them all. I started to clean them. I put them away to dry them. And I figured that what I would do I would cut off the stem, throw it away, and then open it and remove the seeds. So I cut off the stem, I removed the seeds, I had everything separated in a nice, even, organized piles, and I started to notice that my hands were burning a little. So, I didn't think much of it. I went ahead and washed my hands in the sink, and I kept working on the peppers. But it just kept getting worse, this burning in my hands. So I thought it would be best to stop. I went ahead and washed my hands with soap. I scrubbed them. I washed them really well. I dried them off. It did not help. The burning just increased. It was terrible. I didn't really know what to do, so I decided that I would get a bowl of water, and I filled it with ice, and I just set my hands in it. It felt so much better. I was really happy it was working. So like an hour later, I was really bored. And I thought, okay, well, that's enough. I'm gonna just take them out, wash them again. And right away, the burning came back. I ran back to the ice water, put my hands back in. Later, my friend came in, and she said, "What did you do?" I said, I've never been to California. I don't know anything about the peppers. Do you know what could cause this reaction? And she said, well, I'll call somebody, I'll call a friend, I'll call a nurse and see what they say. So I'd been there for like 3 or 4 hours. My fingers were all getting all pruny and shriveled. And she came back and told me that the nurse had suggested that I put meat on my hands. I thought that sounded disgusting, so, but I was willing to do anything, so we tried it, and we put salted meat on my hands, and it just hurt like the dickens. So I put my hands back in the water, and I had been there for like 5 or 6 hours at this point. By now, I was exhausted. I'd been there all day. I really wanted to go to bed. So what I did was lay on my back on my bed in the corner, and I put the bowl of water behind me on the floor and put my hands behind me on the floor in the bowl of water. It worked no problem. I just passed out. Later, about 1 o'clock, 12:30 in the morning, I woke up and my hands started burning again. So I just tried to go back to sleep and forget about it. And thought by the morning it would be fine. And it was. In the morning I was fine. But after that, I never got peppers again.